We are recording the session. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to yet another session on Edpuzzle, another lovely tool that we've all heard of. Some of you are using it. Some of them are scared. Like I was very apprehensive before I dived into it, really, and it was like a fear for me. But when I started it, there is no looking back. It's just a super powerful tool for teachers in today's world, wherein when we see students getting onto engaging and interactive classes through video mode, Edpuzzle is the best tool. But before we dive into it, we have with us our co-host today, Dr. Narjeet. Uh, Dr. Narjeet, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah,
Although
sure.
I would say we do not need introduction by now, but go for it.
Yeah, yeah, that does soothe your modesty, but yeah, of course. So I'm Dr. Narjeet Kaur. I'm an administrator with the Gurkishan Public School, and I'm a Google certified innovator, trainer, and educator, and ambassador for a lot of animations and tools that we've been exploring. And this tool particularly is very very close to me, because this was one of the few tools and one of the initial tools and app that I had used when we had started using flipped classrooms because of the COVID scenarios. So it was when I started using it and when I started exploring the features of it, it seemed as if this is something magical and things like this, because we hadn't explored much of the features before, though we had been using this in our digital space for a long time. But there were a lot of features that were added at that time, and there were a lot of things that we could do in the classrooms, of course virtual classrooms and everything, and children enjoyed the lessons taught through it thoroughly. So this was one of the best things that had happened to us long back, that we were talking about and we are talking about right now. But yes, this tool is an awesome one when it comes to actually, one of the most important feature of this tool, one of the most uh, you know something that you cannot do without, or you couldn't do without before when you are into a digital space, as I said, is flipped classroom. So what you do is, a fifth classroom is one. Basically, the concept is that you assign your students a video lesson to watch at home or anytime that they are comfortable, so that your class time can be made more meaningful with activities, because you are giving them. For example, I want to introduce the concept of nouns with them. So instead of using the whole 30-40 minutes concept, classroom time in introducing the concept, what I do is I go to the classroom, I create an Edpuzzle lesson or a project, I post it to my children. They watch it at home or at their leisure, at their pace, whenever they have time. And that project is not only to check their initial knowledge, that is their previous knowledge, but also what is expected to be learned out of that concept when they come back to the class. So when they are not thorough, I'm not saying that they have to be thorough with everything that you do in the flipped classroom, but they have an idea about the basic concepts, so that the teacher has more time in the classroom to work on other activities to reinforce that learning and that understanding of the topic that she has already introduced. So this Edpuzzle makes the flipped classroom works. For example, if I take math and science, say two subjects that are taught in two parts, actually in India, we teach it in two parts. One is theory and one is practice. So many teachers are there who complain about the curriculum being so bored, and that they spend their whole time covering the theory, and they do not have enough time to incorporate problem solving or the projects that allow them to apply that knowledge in the classrooms. So for them, this Edpuzzle is a boon. They can not only explain the concepts, theoretical concepts, in the flipped classroom, but when the children come back, they have a fair idea, if not enough, a fair idea of what they are going to learn, what they are going to do. And that is how the teacher can spend a little more time, not only with the concepts or what they had learned, but also the, like NEP says, hands-on activities and practicals, if we are talking about math and science. So all that can be taught, and There are basic theory videos. You can have you can cover tons of theories in all these subjects which come under the so-called curriculum section, right? So you can the children, the best part of giving flipped classroom is the children not only see it multiple times, the more they watch, the clearer the concept becomes. Sometimes children are hesitant of asking the teacher if they do not understand. They might ask it once in the classroom, but not more than that, because there's a lot of peer pressure, there is a lot of hesitation, there are a lot of apprehensions. So when they are using a flipped classroom to make those concepts a little more clear, they can watch it multiple times, and till the concept becomes a little fairly clear to them, so that they have a good idea about what the teacher is going to present in the classroom the next day, and how the activities related to them are going to be done. So this is, as I say, one of the best features for teaching math or science. You can engage your students with videos. You can share the class rules also via video. A lot of many times I did that a lot of times, when I was teaching in the classroom, or I was supervising the classrooms, as if I can say. Then a lot of time what I did was I would share a small 30-second, 25-second video of how to behave in the classroom, and children would love all those things. Every time you do not have to do that. As I said, I am an English teacher, so language teaching is something which is a huge channel, and challenge also. Reading, writing, speaking, listening, teaching all these skills in limited amount of time is almost impossible somehow, right? It seemed to be impossible. So here also the video lessons and the flipped classrooms of Edpuzzle can make your life much much easier. You can check for listening comprehensions. You can make the videos available to them. Just forget about pen drives and forget about CDs. You have videos available. You can make the video static and do a voiceover, giving them an open-ended question to work on writing while writing the skills of multiple choice for vocabulary checks. You can start a debate on some interesting topic. You can take them on a virtual field trip. You may not be able to take physically the children everywhere to a country where that particular language is spoken, but you can take them virtually with a video, allowing them to explore the culture and listen to the native speakers, actually, the language which you are trying to teach them. Harpreet, I'm sure, is a French language teacher here. She would know how difficult it is to teach a foreign language which is not native to the children, right? So when you take them for a field trip where they can listen to the native speakers and they can see the places where that language is spoken, they can explore more of their culture. I guess then the concept of teaching language and teaching vocabulary and grammar and rules and concepts becomes clearer to them. And if you talk about social studies, says if social studies also, it is very hard to become an expert in every area. So you can bring in the experts in your classrooms, right? You can have TED talkers. The TED talks are available on a wide variety in social sciences. So you can assign these videos to watch them at home. You can share them. You can share with the children to know their viewpoints, or to summarize actually the content which they are there. Then you can bring the books to life. They can enhance. Use the videos to enhance the content of the students, reinforce the topics that they have learned digitally, right? And there are a lot of resources which are readily available online. You can embed a few questions here and there and check for their understanding, and then good to go, as we say. So there are so many things that you can do within special education. Inclusive knowledge, right? Inclusive education, that is something. Special education children, students, they need individual attention at times. Individual attention also. But it is very hard for you to cover the curriculum and provide one-to-one time with these students. They need extra time from you, so you can create learning stations for them, right? How do we create learning stations? If we have some special educator here, we recommend putting together 2 or 3 stations, and rotating your children for your video stations. You can equip your students with the headphones. You can have one or more videos, and you can have visual resources. The students not only enhance their focus, because it is very difficult, I have observed, that capturing the focus of special educate, special children, is very very difficult, and it is that is all, if not all, then that is the major portion of lessons that we do in the classrooms, right? So we can create those learning stations for them to not only enhance their focus but also make them retain the information that you're sharing in their classrooms. So while you are doing one to one with one station of students, the other stations can do hands on, one to one with the assistant teacher, provide them extra time, individual attention. All these things can be created through learning stations when it comes to special education. And many special educators I have seen, they spend a lot of time explaining them what do you call real world, right? Real world scenarios to the children, because children do not connect to the reality. It is very hard for these children for to visualize that specific situation or the context, right? If you are explaining, maybe they might lose interest or the focus. But if you're using video lessons, you can provide a visual example of a particular social situation. Sometimes they act as, I would use a lot of Edpuzzle classes as my substitute teachers also. So what happened was, when there was a teacher who was not ready, I would tell them that if you have to take an absence from the class, at least make 2 3 Edpuzzles lesson ready, which I can give to the children, and that substitution problem is solved. I do not have to call another teacher. I just have to post that lesson for them there and then in the classroom, and the children are ready with the substitute lesson, and they are doing it at their pace. Also, you can give live assignments. We'll show you how to give them live assignments as well. So you're giving them live assignments, you're giving them projects, you're creating clip classrooms, you're using ASLs, you're doing physical education, professional development, music also. Music is one place which is very which is an excellent audio resource as well. So many music teachers I have seen use Edpuzzle to cover instrumentals or musicals. You can assign videos to practice at home and use the class time as practice. Okay, you go home, practice along with the video, practice it once or twice, thrice, 4 times, 10 times, 20 times, till you feel that you are a little ready for next class and the next day. And then the teacher can practice as a team rather than giving individual time to everyone, though that is also required at times, but then things get easier, right? So learning from a video, here I would emphasize on the point that learning from a video is a skill, and we as teachers have to make sure that the children develop the skill with patience, and we provide them whatever they want to, whatever is appropriate for them to learn, and whatever is necessary, nothing more and nothing less. So this is the gist of Edpuzzle when it comes to teaching different subjects in the classrooms. This is how Edpuzzles can help us doing that.
Very well said, Dr. Narjeet. So here, without much ado, we would start the session by presenting actually what Dr. Narjeet has been wowed us with this amazing tool, and people are wondering what all can it do and what all can it not do. Its reach is way too high that we can imagine. It's just our creativity and the way we explore the tool is how beneficial it will be for the students. So Dr. Narjeet, you've got 2 hands raised. Leslie, ma'am, do you have a question? No, maybe it was by mistake. Rakhi Madan, ma'am, do you have a question? Please go ahead.
No question, ma'am.
All right. So we will start. I'll start sharing my screen. We go on. Please let me know if it is visible, and we're going to quickly start this. So here we've all spoken about ideas. Narjeet ma'am has told us what all can we do with the Edpuzzle and what is its reach. So here, what is Edpuzzle actually? So Edpuzzle, as ma'am has already told you, it's to take any video, you embed your own assessment questions, because many a times you do present the questions in the class. However, you're not sure if the children are really paying attention. Are they understanding it? So to curb that limitation that we have, Edpuzzle is a wonderful tool wherein You can stop by during your video several times, and the kids cannot proceed before we answer those questions. So you can embed multiple choice questions. You can have open-ended questions, and you can even add notes to your videos wherein the kids can make note of these things. You can also use them for assessment tools. So now I think when we're talking about the 21st century skills, we are talking a lot about self-correction mode, wherein it saves a lot of time for teachers also, wherein there is an assessment that is given to them. They have a time limit to do it, and it is assessed. And they also have a feature wherein you cannot skip the video and go towards the end of it to show to the teacher that it's done. So everything is controlled by the teacher, but for the students in a wonderful way. And again, you can track students' progress. It is integrated through different LMS like Google Classroom, Technology. So we can have that. Edpuzzle, we've already spoken. Again, why Edpuzzle? It is very powerful and easy now that you've got an idea of how Edpuzzle is, what all you can do. It is a real powerful tool which increases our student engagement. And we are here simply transforming a video material into an active learning experience for the students. The students become autonomous. Like it's mentioned before, students, not everyone would raise hands to ask questions time and again. To save that option or to hide that peer pressure that I have, that what will the others think if I ask more than once? There are still students in the classroom we have who are apprehensive of questions and asking, and they still have hesitation. So this again adds to their confidence. We also have during Edpuzzle, while you're making those questions, you've got voice recording, wherein the children who are not very confident speaking during the class can record their voice and yet be a participant to the class activities. Then you've got higher level learning. You've got a digital mix of the learning that you present. So we'll start here with practicals. I'm going to go back and forth during Edpuzzle. So first, let's see how we can create an account with Edpuzzle. So here, if we look at the screen, I'm not sure if my screen is visible.
Your screen is visible.
It
yes,
is.
Please go on.
It's not visible now, is it? I'm sure, because I think I didn't present the whole screen.
I guess you need to present your entire
I'm doing that.
for that. Yeah.
So here, so simply we go to edpuzzle.com. And you certainly need to create an ID or login if you've already done that. So the first homepage that appears is like this. You either log in if you already have an account, or you sign up. So let's start with signing up. You sign up as a teacher. Whereas on the other hand, if you are a student, you sign up as a student, and that's what you would show your students as well. So here I will sign up as a teacher. You have an option to have the integrations to begin with by Google, Microsoft, or you can sign up with Edpuzzle by creating your account, wherein you have to create your first name, last name, email, and then it sends you an email verification on your email ID. But here we're going to move on with just an integration of Edpuzzle with Google. So here I sign up as a teacher with Google. Here it'll just take my email I'd like to sign up with. It takes a few seconds. My password, since it's the first time I'm using it through this account, it will take my password. Here you go. I agree, and I create an account. There you see, if it doesn't find your school name, normally if you have a known school, it would find it. If you don't find it, here it says add my school to or my organization. So I say my school's name, let's say
And it is not about a little about whether your school is famous or not. It is about how many teachers from your school are using Edpuzzle as well. So if there are many other teachers who are using your name, school's name is going to pop up no matter your school is famous or not. So
Yeah.
it is all about how popular your school has made Edpuzzle for others, and how many how much of content the teachers in your schools have added to the Edpuzzle. So according to that also the school names popped up.
Perfect. So here, the moment I add it up, I am the only teacher right now at my school who's using it. So it already gives me information that one teacher is using it. And there are more teachers who were using it during the COVID time. So if we look at this, either of them, that time my school was Lycée Français Delhi. Now it's Lycée Français International. So if I log into either of them, I know somebody else is using it. I can choose the grades that I want. I can go to the subject in general, what I look forward to, and I start teaching. I can add more subject and grades, and that's how my account is created. Here it says to verify your account, you need to get access, and you need to go on to your account to check on your email and verify your account. So here, if I have my email, I will go and click on Edpuzzle. That's the email that I got. And here I verify and I'm good to go with my Edpuzzle account. And I get started. So that's simple it is to get your Edpuzzle account. Another thing before we start further on during the session, so that's your first homepage that you get. We would go to web store, Chrome web store. And we get an extension of Edpuzzle. So here, extension to Chrome web store, there is Edpuzzle. So we're going to look for it. This extension again is very useful when we are talking about screen recording, as we would like to not just take here. So we have the Edpuzzle. We'd not just like to take videos from YouTube or ready-made. We would sometimes like to record our own screens or record our own videos. So here we have the Edpuzzle. We add to Chrome. So you can see here, it's got more information on how to download any extension. So this applies to any extension that we would like to have on your account for any other tool. An extension is just an added feature to any tool that you're using. For example, Google Slide, there are certain extensions that would be useful, Google Forms, or for that matter, Edpuzzle. So I add to Chrome. It just checks, I say add extension. You can see like any other app you download, it will give you the star rating. It has been added to Chrome. When I look here, the moment it is added, I have that option. Instead of adding, it has option of remove from Chrome. So which means I have this already on here. If you to check your extension, look up here, this little puzzle piece next to your Omnibox. It shows me my Edpuzzle extension. I can pin it and it will appear right here for my ease. Now here, if I go to my extension, it will show me, this is how it will open up. It shows me what all it has. So that's where I have my extension. When I want to use it, I click on it. It says use it on my tab, which is the present tab. It asks me to allow using camera and microphone. I would do that. And then it asks me whether I want to use the tab, the desktop, or just the camera. I can use that. My default microphone and the camera has been taken, and I can start recording. And that's how your screen is recorded. And you can add that, integrate that video directly into Edpuzzle. That's how easy it is. So now going back to my home page of Edpuzzle. So that was a little tip for Edpuzzle Chrome extension. I'm going to close all of this. So here, if you can see now, looking at the top here is my account, which I'm logged in it. I click on it. I have an option to refer to earn some space. It's got space that you can get allocated to the resources that Edpuzzle offers you. So here, once you click on this, it's got a lot of resources for teachers, webinars that they've presented, some teacher courses that you can look for. There are short videos that you always can engage yourself in. So that's again a very useful tool you can explore on. Coming back to courses, it has a shortcut and a help center wherein you can ask any questions, or you can even request a feature you think could be useful for teachers, and they might listen to you. These days, the techno companies are very good with that, and they use those, and they listen to the users and apply maybe in terms of competition, but yes, it works for the teacher's benefit. Here, the question mark tells you all these how to get started. The LMS integration that it has, either through Google, either through Microsoft or Schoology or whatever integration that you might be using. The progress and grades, you're managing my classes. So whatever classes you have, it gives you a shortcut to manage, and it gives you all the tips and tools, different articles to it. Again, so that's a question where you can ask all of these if you're stuck at anything when you get started. So that was top. Here on the left, you've got these 3 lines. That's the hamburger, we call it. You can close it or open it, click on it to have the entire left panel. Discover is the first homepage where you have the community. Community is all what we have from different teachers, educators from around the world. So you have their lessons already there. So if you can see, I also am part of the community. I have a lesson that was created. Then you've got my school. If there is any content that was created from your school, again, you can see right now it's just me using the Edpuzzle there. And then you've got YouTube with different famous channels that YouTube has integrated in. However, nonetheless, you can still pick up directly from YouTube different videos and look for and research here, and you would get those videos. But these are generally all channels. You can look for specific videos to Khan Academy, the National Geographic, if that concerns you and you get a topic that you are working on. You just have to pick up that video and start working. We're going to see in a moment how we do that. Then we've got on the left is my content. Here, my content is something that you've already created, or a content you can add folders to. So if I show you another account that I have on Edpuzzle, here, that is my regular school account. I already have some content on it. So if I go to my content here, you will see there are already folders and videos. These ones I've already worked on. So this is what my content does. It shows you all the videos you've worked on, you've shared, the questions, and it just tell you the source also of that. It was an Edpuzzle hosted video that I took. This one again was a video that I took on poetry of St. Keynes, and it was a video that was by Edpuzzle. I have a folder I created for my grade 2, and there is a video inside it. So that is what it has. Then it says folders. If there are more videos to it, you can have subfolders within a folder. And if you've got some projects that you've created along with your students, could be part of it. At any time you want to add a folder inside. So I already have a folder called grade 2. I can just simply add a folder, give details to it. So I can say poetry, and I can say sequence, and here I can create, and you will see within the folder I have created a folder called poetry. And if I see all, I go back to my content. Now I have grade 2, and within grade 2 I have a folder called poetry. So that's how easy it is to create your own folder and the content to organize it. So if you've got multiple classes, you can organize it that easily. Then my network is where any teacher from my network. So this is what my original account is. This is where I just created an account through the same email or the school name, and it appears that there are more teachers working in this, and they have their account with Edpuzzle. I may use their videos also. So it is just within your school. You are not restricted to just you using it. If there is a teacher who's been here in grade 4 this year, but next year she goes on to grade 5, she can leave all the resources for you, and they're already there for you. And if you get that grade, it makes your life very simple, and there is already material prepared digitally for you. So you don't have to start from scratch. Notifications are any kind of notifications that you get. Here, for example, I have my grade homework assigned, and it says 4 new turned in assignments on eclipses. There were 5 assignments on why do we have leap year. So all the data that you will have, any notification that happens on your assignments comes here. Classes. Now here is where you see all your classes and you can add your classes. Let's say I want to add and create a class. I would create a new class. I can directly connect it with my LMS. Right now, I will just create. So we've got all these Canvas, PowerSchool, Blackboard, Schoology, Moodle, Blackboard, Clever, and Microsoft Teams. So I'm going to just create a new class. Let's say grade 5. Add a description. I will add just the year here. And 5th grade language arts. I can also make it a computer science class. And I say classic class because this is where it is generally the teacher's favorite class, and it has got a lot of resources which are comparable to the teacher usage, which makes it easy. So I just click on create class here, and you can see my grade 5 class is created. Now here I've got all the assignments. I can see due date, no due date, pending to grade, and completed. So I can see all my data here. I can have the class members added here right now. So to invite my students, I've got 2 possibilities up here. I just click on this, I copy the link, and I can paste it anywhere I want. Or I can share it via my email. It'll generate an email and it can be shared through an email that can be sent to the students. That is one way to share. So it's just taking time. If I say I don't want to add another account, so it'll basically pop up your account that's been added. So that is how you invite them. If I have my current account and let's say I want to create with Google Classroom a class. That was one way to create a new one. I want to create through my Google Classroom. These are all the Google Classrooms I'm part of, or either they've been created by me. Now I have this CM1 22-23 grade level. So I can say 4th grade. And I've got my general education. Let's say I will have all my subjects. I import my classes here. So here, the moment I'm importing, it's creating it. And all these students, if you saw, the 16 students automatically came onto my classroom who were there in 2022-23, my CM1. So that's how easy it is directly through the integration. You can remove someone from the class, you can reset the password, you can even edit the name of the person. You can here also the same thing, you can select all and do an action to it. You can cancel your action, or you can simply remove that student from the class if that student is no more there. So that's how easy. It's 2 ways. Either you invite them one by one, or you through your integration you directly onboard them. When I have to delete a class, I can simply go here. I can either archive my class or I can delete my class. So here I don't need my class. This will be permanently deleted. Here I click on delete and voila, it's gone. So that's how it is in the left panel. Now moving on to my grade book. If you look at it, here there is my grade book. I've got my assignments. So these were my assignments, which not everybody turned in. So here it is. There was a due date to it, if you could see. If I say show all to, yes, the due date was 18th April. It was assigned on 10th and the due date was 13th April. There was this assignment which had no due date, nothing pending to grade, and it's completed because not everybody has finished it. So here it is. These are all my 39 students who had been assigned those. I can still choose if I want to have to cater to those special needs students, or maybe the students who need little more attention. I just want to give them, as you have Google Classroom, if you've used that, you've got an option wherein you can choose to send all the class members the assignment, or you can choose to have only 5 members get onto it. So when we're talking about differentiation, is how this Edpuzzle also gets it integrated into. So you can send it only to these 3 people. You can do levels of your video and have 2 questions for the beginners, maybe 5 questions for the multiple choice for the intermediate, and maybe advanced ones could have a mix of multiple choice and open-ended write-up questions. So that could be, and you just have to duplicate the video and add questions to it. So that is very easy on it. And this is my grade book. If I have anything at any time that I could grade on and I graded the students, I can always check. So there is nothing right now on my grade book here. So now, after we're done with all of it, We come now to how to use and get it done. Let's go to my search. I will now here look for within my Edpuzzle tool, Great Depression. This was during the World War. We had this Great Depression. I go, or I can also go to my YouTube, and I can go to typing Great Depression. And here I can choose a video. Something that's very interesting for my students. This is a video I will find there as well. It's a 9-year-old video. Let's see, Great Depression. I would like to have this one. It looks more fun for me. I'm just going to take the URL and I go back to my puzzle. I will just go Control V, and right here it is loading the video for me directly. I can now here edit. Here I have this Great Depression. Now here, if you see, I have the video here. I can either cut the video. I don't need the entire video. I think this part is not needed. I'm just going to take my hand tool, stop here. That's where, and maybe in the middle, I don't want this. I add a cut to it. I can move this away. And this part is this part I don't need. I can even have a cut here. And
Harpreet,
this is done.
guess we have a question. Mercy?
Yeah.
Mercy, do you have a question for Harpreet?
No.
No.
Okay. So I'm going to just click on this. And I'm done. I finish it. I have got my cut pieces of my video here. That's how I would be doing my video. Now it's got a shorter video. I can just click on edit. If I still have something I forgot, I can have a voiceover. Now, since it's a video taken from YouTube, it doesn't allow me. But normally, if you've got a video from the Edpuzzle, it allows you to add your own voiceover to it. And the questions here. So, Narjit ma'am, would you be explaining that in your lesson?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to skip that for the moment. So we've got these types of questions which Dr. Narjit would take you through. So here it is. I'm going to go back to my home page, and that is how you would be looking for information. So if I look here as Great Depression, I come back to it, I search. I have this, what we just saw. I click on it. It's a big 7-minute video. Ideally, they say to keep the retention of the students, you shouldn't have a video more than 3.5 to 4 minutes. But depending on the age of the students, if you think they're older students, they can retain that. And this was a video that I had, which had already 15
Here also,
questions to
you
it.
know, there is an institute of psychiatry that allows us to create videos which is equal to the age and the grade of the child. Either you have to make it equal to the age of the child or equal to the grade of the child. You have to go by the grade of the child. So if the child is in grade 2, ideally your video should not be greater than 2 minutes or maximum 2.5. If your child is in grade 5, your video shouldn't be more than 5 minutes or 5.5 minutes. So please take these things in into consideration when you are creating videos for the children, because their attention span scientifically also is not more than the grade that they are studying in. So if you think that you are going to give 1 hour video to class 12 and they are going to retain everything, they might have to watch it because they have been assigned that video by the teacher. They are going to do that, but they are not going to retain any information from there which is more than 12 minutes because their grade is class 12. As simple as that. So do not go into the details of how long it should be. Grade 2, 2 minutes, grade 5, 5 minutes, grade 6, 6 minutes, so on and so forth. Not more than you can, minus or plus half a minute here and there, but not more than that. So that is how the content has to be created for the children, age appropriate content.
Thank you for that input, Narjit ma'am. So here you've got the video that it was there, and this since was created by Edpuzzle only. It's an Edpuzzle resource. You can see they've already added the questions there. You can see these little drops here. These shows you the at what point there is a question. So here, the moment that question appeared, that place where you landed, it said that the Great Depression began because of the stock market crash. Until and unless I hit the right answer, it wouldn't move on, and I had to click submit and my video would go on. It says no, that was the right answer, so it will ask me to rewatch it. So even if my answer is wrong, it wouldn't allow me to move on further. So that's the benefit of Edpuzzle. So here I rewatch it, I will have to go back to it, and so that is how useful it is. Once you're done, you click on assigning the video and giving it to the number of students you would like. So from here, I'd like Narjit ma'am to take over, and she would be taking you through another wonderful resource. I'm going to stop sharing, and there you go.
So just because now we have learned about all the wonderful features with Harpreet, and we know what the features are going to do for us and what all the features are used for, what is each tab used for, let's create a lesson plan. Right, let's create a lesson plan and see how you create a lesson plan, how you create a video, how you do stuff with that, how you add questions, and how you can share it with the children, the final project or the final assignment that you have already created. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen, and I hope my screen is visible. Yep. My screen's visible, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
sure.
okay, yeah. So here, if you do not have an account, as our teachers mentioned, if you do not have account, you have to sign up. If you are ready with the class and you are a teacher, you have to click on I am a teacher, and it is going to take you, because I have been using it along, it has retained my password. You can do that on with your settings as well. I'm going to sign it with Google. No, I'm going to sign it with Google once more. So this is the homepage where you will be landed when you click on Edpuzzle. You have to sign in if you're a new user. You have to log in. So I'm going to
I think Dr. Narjit's screen is frozen. Yeah, ma'am, are you back? I think she's frozen on there.
videos.
Ma'am,
We
you were
can.
frozen for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We're
here
good
you
to
are. Yep. Yeah. Here you are, wherein you are going to be landed with a screen wherein you can add also the videos. You can borrow videos and make your own, or you can create your own content. So in my content, you will see all the content that you have already created, right? So these are Harpreet already explained about folders and videos and projects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a lesson plan. So now creating a video or for a lesson plan, there are three things, or there are three ways that you can do. One is searching here. So for example, I want to search for phonetics. You have to search in the search bar for phonetics. Click on search, and you will see a lot of videos which are there for the same topics. I take phonetics 1 as my video, and I can start editing it or assigning it. Another way, second way of doing that is creating your own video, which is you have to go to you have to go to this Edpuzzle uh, extension that we have just learned to add. Click on it, and once you click on it, you will see that this screen is going to open up, wherein you will be asked whether you want to record the screen with a particular tab, this only tab, or the entire desktop, or with the camera only. You do not want to say things, you just want to there's no recording, there's no voiceover, there's nothing doing. You just have to do your camera only, which I do not want. So let me do a tab or maybe a desktop here, and I click on start recording. So once I click on start recording, you will see what all you can do. You can either choose and start recording right now, or you can choose a whiteboard also. With whiteboard you get more options, just because you will be given a lot of options of the drawing tools as well. So you can use this screen like a pro. You can have to click anywhere on this screen to start using it. These are my drawing tools. If I do not want my audio, I can turn off my audio. If I do not want my video, I can turn off my video, and I can delete this recording, discard it, or I can pause the recording. If you feel that okay, I really have to revise things before I share it with the children, you can pause it for a while, go back, come with the content prepared, and then again start your video there. Or you can stop using, ending the recording once you are done with the lesson. So these are the drawing tools that you have to use. You can also use your mouse for writing. You can choose the yes, you can choose what all colors that you want to use, which you can choose what all drawing tools that you want. And the width of the pen, as we say, the width of this is going to depend upon which width you choose, right? You can choose a straight line. This is an automatic arrow that will be created if, and if you want to use arrow lines, you can definitely use your own arrows as well. So this is one kind of screen which you can use for creating your own video. This is whosoever creates content is content creator. And once I am done, I'm going to click on end recording, and you will see that my video that I just recorded, which is an original one. I did not borrow it from anyone. I just created my video. Earlier, the first method was you search for the video. The videos which are already made are going to open up before you. And what you can do with them is you can borrow that and make it your own, giving it your own things. But right now, I have just created an absolute new video for the content that I have to share with the. I'm just going to play the video. You see, there are two play buttons. One is there on the screen and one is below it. Here, there are two, either of them. Right. Now, what you have to do is just upload the video. Once you upload the video, you can start trimming also. You can start adding the thumbnail also and all the stuff. So let's name the video first of all. So I do not want it to name Untitled Saturday. I want to name it as Demo Edpuzzle, May, right? And I save the title. Now my video's name title has changed for the children to recognize which video was this. You can choose any thumbnail. Now thumbnail is one, the recognition, the first the picture as we get in YouTube's also. So I click on this thumbnail, which is more appealing to me. Maybe I can add that, and I can also trim or cut my video. I'll do that once I upload it. You can do from here also, but once you upload your video, you are ready to prepare whichever cuts or whichever voiceovers or whichever video the final finish that you want to give to the video. So first is cut. If you do not want the video is long, you do not want the entire video, you want to cut parts of it, right? So what you have to do is you have to drag this ball to the place from where you want your video to start and click on add cut. The moment you click on add cut, there will be double bars which are going to, there are double bars which are going to appear. You just have to grab the left one, put your mouse button or pin your mouse button down or press your mouse button and drag it towards the left. Once you drag it, you will see there appears a bin icon, which means this portion will be deleted. Just release the mouse button and you will see the things have been deleted. You can do the same way from here as well. So I take my ball here. Maybe I want the video from this place to only this place. The rest is going to be cut. Again, I hit on add cut. And this time I'm going to drag it in the opposite direction to cut this portion of the video, and I am done. So once I am done, you can, if you feel that you have done something, or you have cut a portion which you were not supposed to cut, you can click on undo and reset the video also. If you feel that the cuts are not according to the measurements that you had done, or the questions had to be from that particular portion of the video that you have already cut and you do not know what to do about it, you can go on and hit on reset, so that you can do all these options, all these functions again. You can grab and cut and add cut and things like that. Now the second is, so you, by of course, by cutting, you can cut the portions which are not relevant for your students, right, with a voiceover. Now why do we have to add a voiceover? Sometimes when this is your own video, right, this is the content that you have originally created. If you want to use a video that has already been created by somebody else, or it was already uploaded, then what you can do is you can add your own voice. Or because maybe the video that you like is in maybe Spanish or French, but the video is good, the explanation part is good, so what you do is you give a voiceover to that video in your language, be it in Hindi or English, so that the children are not deprived of the excellent content and quality. If they do not understand the language, you can give a voiceover, or you can keep the original video also and add voiceover at relevant places, giving explanation in your own words, right? Because children will understand, they will connect more to your voice. So I can give a voiceover here. I just have to start playing.
I think whenever Dr. Narjeet starts syncing it with the her camera and the audio, it kind of hangs. So we'll just wait for a few seconds. She should be back soon.
Stop recording.
And can you repeat that, please? You were hung again for a few seconds.
Repeat what?
The voiceover.
Okay, I'll do that. So for example,
You missed it.
no problem, no problem. For example, there is a voiceover. You want to start recording from a place, from you want to give explanation and all, so you have to hit on start recording. Right now I am recording. I'll just go to a few seconds, because then the video gets hung like that, because it is lot of resource that is going on, a lot of data that is going on. I'm going to hit on stop recording. I'm going to zoom in to show you a little of how you understand that the recording has been done. You will see this yellow bar. So this yellow bar demonstrates that this is the portion where it was a voiceover, right? And once you are done with it, now you want to add questions. You have appropriately cut the videos so that the children get the required content. You have given your voiceover for explanations. Now it is the time for questions. You can add multiple type questions. Multiple type questions, as the name suggests, are going to be one thread question and options to go with that. So say, what is one way of phonics? Maybe the one is letters, another option is sounds. You can add 5 options. Here you see the option for 2 available and 2 visible, but you can add another answer choice. I'm going to add another answer choice, seeing letters and sounds. So you have multiple choice. Now by default they are crossed, they are wrong answers. You have to mark the right one, clicking on this, and it will go you a check mark. It will give you a green check mark. Once I hit on it, this is the right answer. And until and unless children mark this as right answer, they are not going to move forward. That is a setting which you have to do. And I click on save. So my multiple question, which is starting at this point, has been saved. I click on continue. Then I add open-ended question. Now in multiple choice question also, if you want to add a multiple choice question as well, in this multiple choice question you can add link also in open ended as well. You can add links also, you can add images also, and you can add formulas as well. You can make it bold and underlined, subscripts, superscripts, all of them can be added. So for example, what did you learn about phonics today? You can add a link if you want from here, a simple insert link, inserting a link. For example, I want to insert a link for this, maybe this phonetics screen, control C. You can add any link here. Okay. And you want to add a picture also. And if you want to allow children to give you audio responses, you just have to toggle this on and off according to your choice, and then you hit on save. Now, what does multiple choice and open ended question do? They are the ways to encourage critical thinking, creativity, and checking and revisiting the knowledge portion of the children, whether they have understood the portions that you have already taught them. And then the last thing that you can do with them is adding a note, right? So what is a note? Note is not a question actually. You just can make a note, giving them maybe simple instructions of how to attempt these, or how the video is going to end and what all knowledge is there to gain, right? So open ended questions, they are going to encourage critical thinking. Multiple choice, they are going to be graded automatically. You just have to click on the green check mark, as I said, to mark the correct answers. They also include feedback. So when I said that you can include images and you can include links, that means you can add feedbacks as well. And then there should be a written, or you can add a audio note for the children, marking instructions, marking how you are going to give the gradings, and when the test is going to be over. Everything you can do with this little note here. And then once you are done with everything, now I have created a video, I have created a project for my child for assignment. I click on finish. Once you have hit on finish, you will see that your content is ready. Now you can assign it to the children. If you want to create your own version, edit it furthermore, you can do that. You can make it public or private. If you make it public, other teachers from whosoever are accessing the content of Edpuzzle can also use them. So once you assign, there are no classes yet, but you can add a new class to assign. You can take it from Google Classroom. Now, many a times, for the first time, if you are using Google Classroom to assign your content, you might have a problem with this error, Google or generic error, or the classes are not visible or something. You just have to refresh your screen once for this, and the next time you won't get this error again. So don't get discouraged with this error, because this happens first time maybe when you are assigning or something the classes. Otherwise, it's not a problem at all. So let's do it again, and now you will see my Google Classrooms are going to be visible wherever. You just to sign in with your account to the Google Classroom as well, the account with which you have your Edpuzzle. I'm going to allow it because I'm using it for the first time. And then you see all these classes which were there for my account are going to be visible. So I want to make it select the Edpuzzle class which I had created. Maybe it is for 7th grade. Subject is, say, English, and you can connect to your class here. Now, these are the options here. You can choose the start date of your assignment starting from today. By when they have to submit, maybe next Saturday, right? You can also decide the time when they are going to submit. Say, maybe by let's keep it 10 o'clock, right? And minutes you can add if you want. By 10 o'clock, they have to submit. After that, the assignments are not going to be accepted. Click on save, and your due date and start date are going to be added. Then you can choose how many times can the students do this assignment, right? This feature is not available in the mobile. You might not get this feature in the mobile, but when you're doing a desktop thing or a laptop thing, this feature is going to be available. This shows that if the child has chosen the wrong answer, how many times can the child choose or go forward to choose the right answer. The number of times can be unlimited. If you click on this drop down arrow, you will see unlimited times. If it is not a test, it's just an assignment, you can ask them to keep on um, attempting until they get the right answer. Or if you it is a test, you can make it once or probably twice, not before more than that. Prevent skipping means that they cannot move on to the next portion of the video until and unless they have already answered one portion of the video or one question which has been embedded in that particular video. Some videos will have, or some YouTube videos will have turn on CCs also. You can turn on CCs. If the videos have the closed captions option available, they are going to display the captions on the screen. So this is how you assign the video, the assignment to the class. And if we go to this portion which is hamburger, if you see my classes drop down, you will have another is one is Edpuzzle and another is, oh god,
We're losing Dr. Narjit again. Are you there, ma'am?
yeah. So this is how you assign content to the classrooms. You will see your classes are here. If you want your classes, you can go here. There is a due date, no due date, pending grades. You can see everything from the classroom that the students have done. So this is one child which was added to the assignment. You can go to the assignments. You can see all the assignments that have been given, and you can add children or add assignments as well. Now in my content, for example, if you see the folders, I'll show you how it looks like when the children have already attempted your lesson there. It will take me 1 more minute and I'm going to wrap it up. So for example, the Edpuzzle thing is here. The child has attempted 0 of 0, graded and completed, show of all. If you want to see how it looks like when the children have already attempted it, you will see that the child has watched 100% of the video in one attempt, last watch. All these options are available. The progress of the child is given, and you can see how the child has attempted, how the children in your classes have attempted. Also, there is a live mode wherein you could project your video while the students answer in real time in their own devices. So this live video, we can we do that? Can we do that? Okay, you can try it once. But Edpuzzle is going to track their progress and responses just like any other assignment. And this live assignment is going to begin for you to uh, start. So this is the live mode. If you can share the link with the children and see, because this was live caption was on, this is the captions that are showing. And I am a woman, continue. This is how live it works for you, for the children. There and then you just have to uh, you know uh, share the link with them, and they are going to attempt it along with you. Third thing that you can do with content is adding the content directly from here as well, with this plus sign, add content. I hope you haven't lost me. Yeah. With this add content also, directly we can add content to our folders or our videos. So if I click on add content, you can upload a video directly from your system. If there is any video in your system, you can choose a file. You can choose a file from the drive. The drive also has to be synced and linked with the account that you are using. You can upload a video from your drive, from your computer, from your system, and start working with that. So here is your drive. It will show you all the videos that you have. If I click on one of the videos, you will see select, and it is going to be uploaded. You can do all the options that we have just learned to create a lesson. Maybe it be it cutting and chopping the video, making it smaller, or voiceover, or adding questions. So whichever video you want, you can add from content here. And if you want this your student to do a project on their own, they can also use every feature of Edpuzzle to you have to give them a project, and they are going to use everything, the resources. You can specify whether the students are allowed to choose from existing content or record their own video. You can allow them to upload a video also, that is their own content, or find the content from YouTube's. And this is the subject, this is the goal, and then you have to save and design. For example, simple math. Goal is to learn concepts, and instructions you can give. When you save and assign, you have to the project is going to be assigned to the children, and they are going to make their own projects using Edpuzzle or using other features of it, and submit the assignment to you. So this is how we create a lesson in Edpuzzle.
Very well explained, Arjit ma'am. That we've been getting comments in the group chat. So that's, with this we come to an end of our session. Anybody who's got any questions, you may ask now. I've shared the feedback link on the chat, so you may please access that to get your certificates over your email. Please make sure you have your names filled in correctly and the right email IDs to get the certificates as per those names and to those email IDs. We are now here for any questions that you may have. I'm sure by now the fear of Edpuzzle, or the non-awareness, I would say, of Edpuzzle, how to use it, would have been easy for you. We've taken you through lots of ways how you can explore it. Dr. Narjit explained the whole lesson, how it could be integrated. Sonia ma'am, you have a question.
Ma'am, good evening. I don't have a question related to workshop. It was well explanatory. The only issue I have is there was some network glitch. So I'm not able to get into those chats where you have shared the link.
I will just reshare that. We are recording this session. No worries. We're recording this session. So as long as the video is processed, it would be shared through the chat groups, and you will be able to access it, or through the YouTube channels that you would get access to. So they will certainly be shared very soon.
Gurtavinder ma'am, you can definitely have another session to make it more clear. Okay, because it was 1 hour, it requires at least 2 hours to retain the.
Yes.
This is a lot of information. When you will rewatch the video, if you want to, use the features, if you rewatch it, because there is a lot of information to process, you feel you haven't understood. It isn't that you haven't understood. The processing is going to take time. That is all. And yes, when you see the recording, the things will become more clear, the things will get clearer. And still, if you want another session, definitely I can have. Gurtavinder ma'am, which school are you from, if I may ask? And my name's Narjit. Gurtavinder ma'am, which school are you from? You just have to click on the Hemkund. Okay, all right, GHPS. Okay, fine. Then you can connect with me anytime, ma'am. And definitely we can have another session. Definitely, for your school also exclusively we can have this session. My department. Okay, all right. So you can connect with me anytime, Gurtavinder ma'am, anytime. I would love to clear any doubts if you have when you are rewatching or using Edpuzzle next time. The recording is going to be uploaded when the processing of the recording gets complete. That takes time. That is going to take, because it is a long video, the processing is going to take another hours or two. And maybe by tomorrow, we are definitely going to give you the link of maybe this meet link, or if ma'am is going to upload it on a
I'll be uploading it on a YouTube channel.
YouTube channels. Definitely, we can do that.
Thank you very much for joining in. I'm going to stop recording here.